while since I've done a ranty, venti kind of vlog, but oh my god, past few days. Holy shit. Okay, so I mean, we all know about Queen Elizabeth II passing away. That seemed to be the catalyst day of when everything went off the rails. It had nothing to do with that, but that was the day things got weird. So, I went and took a shower like any other day. I've never had an issue with my shower having drainage issues in the entire, 13, 14 years we've lived in this house. Not once. Okay. I wasn't in there a particularly long time or anything, but I did find it weird that, on this particular day, the water is backing up. And even when I turn the water off, it's not draining. Never seen that before. At least not in this house. It's just like, that's fucking weird, but I'm sure it'll eventually go down on its own. Didn't think too much of it in that moment. I was concerned, but didn't think too terribly much of it. I go about blow-drying my hair, minding my business. Hadn't even gotten dressed yet. I hear Kimmy, bam, 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 on my door, and I'm like, what the hell did I do? So I'm like, what? She's just like, you used my bathroom? And no, I'm in mine right now, and I've been in here because I just showered. What? Why is my bathtub filled? I don't know. Did you fill it? No! I haven't even been in there. And yet, the bottom of my tub is filled with slightly pinkish, kind of cloudy looking water. What's that about it? I wouldn't know. I just showered. I haven't been anywhere near your bathroom. I haven't even been out of this room. What do you want from me? Had not yet connected the dots. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. So after I've gotten dressed and I go look at it, and I notice the scent in her bathroom is the same as like my shaving cream, my shampoo. That's fucking weird. And around this time is when it started to click of, wait, my shower backed up. Although it just looked clear in mine. And her tub backed up. Slightly pinkish water could make sense with the runoff from the dye from my hair, because there's always at least a little bit of runoff from the dye. Yeah, it's getting pretty faded at this point, so it's less than it is when it's freshly done. Needs to be done again, probably sometime soon, but regardless. The roots aren't that bad yet, so I'm leaving it for now, because I don't really feel like dealing with that at this point in time. But anyway, I'm gonna sit down, so let me lower this a little bit. So anyway, I'm thinking, oh shit. There must be a clog somewhere down the pipe. I don't know what caused it today instead of any other day. I don't know. It's freaking weird. And she's all mad at me, saying it must have been something I did because she showered the night before and it was perfectly fine and worked like a charm then. So what did I do? And I'm like, I literally took a shower, washed my hair, shaved my legs. The normal things I always do. What? I don't understand. I literally don't understand. So she's blowing a gasket, so alright, fine. Alright, fine. We go consult Dad. And he's like, okay, well, wait it out. It will go down, but when it does, we'll pour some Drano down both the shower and down that tub, and we'll see if it unclogs it. In normal circumstances, that would have probably been fine, maybe needed to be repeated once or twice, but been fine. It was not fine in this case. Like, we redid it like 2 or 3 times, even with the kind that can work through standing water. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. We also discovered the hard way that turning the sinks on in our bathrooms also caused them to back up. And when the sinks got involved, suddenly now it's not just cutesy little shower water from when I bathe. No. Now we're getting dirty looking brown water with stuff in it that is very concerning looking and smelling. And oh my god, that is now in the floor of my shower and in her bathroom. What the fuck is this? Fix it. Now. Oh my god. Okay, so he's like, well, I'll try snaking your shower. And for those who don't know what a shower snake is, I know I have some younger viewers, but basically it's like this long, flexible, metal, like, kind of like a, not really a pipe, not really a stick, kind of like a flexible wire, like a really, really tightly wound coil that, like, you shove down a pipe. They make different lengths of them for different things. He was using a 10-foot one, but, you shove it down there and, like, you turn a thing on the top and it goes further and further and further. And the idea is that it'll eventually hit the clog and either knock it loose and push it through, or you'll be able to hook it onto the thing and pull it back up when you rewind the snake back up and get rid of the clog that way. So he did that. He used all 10 feet of it. He did pull up a bit of hair, but it apparently was not the whole mess. But it was so caught in there that it was just like, oh shit, okay, not sure how to get all that out of the snake now. I apologize. I didn't know that I was doing anything wrong with the shower. I thought the entire time we've lived here that, you know, as I shower, any loose hair that I notice on the floor, I scoot to the side, and I pick it up, and I throw it out when I'm done with my shower. You know, the way that you're raised to do, right? I didn't think there was an issue with a fuck ton of hair going down the shower, but apparently at some point in time, must have been a thing, just over time that accumulated. I'm getting there, yes, there's a solution for it, and yes, I already bought it, but I'm getting there. I never encountered this before. At least not in this house where I had my own shower. Encountered this in our old house, but that was like anybody's guess of who was guilty on that one. But anyway, so he does that, and as he's doing it, now a fuck ton of like brownish black water is coming back up and out of it and into the shower. And it's not just filling the little shower tray. It's kind of like, I'm not sure if you've ever seen a pipe snake, but as you wind it, it's also splashing that shit everywhere, on the walls, all over anything in vicinity. All my shower toiletries got it all over them. Yes, I have washed them up since, but oh my god, I was so fucking horrified. But worse. It gets worse. So he does that, and we have to wait for it to go back down again. And we're hoping that maybe, since he did that, he can pour more Drano down it, and that'll get rid of whatever's left at this point. Poor foolish little me, thinking it would be that easy. Is it ever that easy in my life? No. No. We did that. We did that a few more times, in fact, of putting it down mine and down Kim's at the same time to try and hit it from both sides, because apparently, since our bathrooms literally are side by side, like, on this side of the house there's my bedroom, my bathroom, which is literally right back here, Kim's bathroom, and then Kim's bedroom. That's this side of the house. So, apparently the pipes from the bathtub, the shower, and our sinks all go down the same pipe. The toilets are on a separate pipe, but those things are all on one that come into a U shape. Mine's apparently a little higher up for some reason, and hers a little lower down. But because of that, if there's a clog that's somewhere in there, in that juncture, guess what's gonna happen? Now things from either one can't drain, and it's backing up into both. Cute! Love that! Not. Ugh. So, I still don't know what exactly that black or brown water was. I didn't want to ask. I'm not going to ask. I'm pretty sure I'd be horrified. Don't tell me if you know. I don't think I could handle it. So fine. The next day rolls around, and we realize that this is not a DIY job. Even though my dad literally was a handyman for 20 years, and a lot of what he did involved plumbing jobs. This was beyond his scope. At least on this one. He's like, yeah, I'm a lot older now, I'm tired, I'm just gonna outsource this one. I probably could, I don't want to. I mean, frankly, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. So, Actually, our next door neighbor that rents one of the houses my dad owns, my dad's the landlord for it, he has his own company, and some of the people under him are plumbers. So my dad called him and asked, is there any chance you could get a dude over here today? I mean, if not, that's cool. I could just find something in the phone book, I'm sure, but I mean, I figure you could get me a better price. So he calls his dudes and he says that, yeah, I'm just waiting to hear back. As it turned out, it ended up being yet another day before the dude could be here. But given the magnitude my dad was assuming this could potentially be, he's like, yeah, so here's the deal. You're gonna need to empty out basically your whole bathroom, unless you want this shit splattering on that. And as mad as I was about that in the moment, because it's a lot of stuff to haul out of there, like completely out of the damn room and relocate temporarily, he was quite right, because we're getting to it, but he was very, very correct on his analysis of how this was going to play out. Still having some PTSD flashbacks over how gross it was, but I mean, he was right. He was very, very right, unfortunately. But more so, the bigger thing that just ate so much of my time and why I basically was inactive online from like Thursday after I uploaded till today. What you guys were seeing was pre-film stuff. Thank God for my pre-film folder is all I can freaking say. Oh, God. Yeah. He basically wanted me to... anything that was in this front portion of my room. This is just like a little sliver of it. I mean, it's just like maybe like about 8 feet from door to door. And maybe like 5-ish feet, maybe 6 wide. I don't know. Space from there straight back. Anything in that space, you're also gonna have to either scoot it somewhere else in the room, get it the hell out of here, but it needs to be out of the way in case he needs to bring in the big boy equipment. He needs all the room to wheel it through. I know it does not sound like a large space. It doesn't sound like I should have had that much stuff to move. I started around 10 a.m., and I didn't finish hauling stuff out until about 10 p.m. And loaded it all up into my brother's old room and ended up sleeping in there because a lot of the stuff from the bathroom that I initially moved out, I had moved to the other end of my bedroom, including foolishly, initially assuming we were going to get the dude here same day, covered my bed, so I couldn't even use my bed. So I had to go sleep in my brother's old room. You never really think a different bed is going to bother you than your own until you're sleeping in someone else's bed, and it's like, this isn't my bed, this isn't my mattress, my body crater isn't in this mattress, this feels, it's too firm, and it's just, this isn't my bedding, this isn't my pillow, this isn't my, I can't sleep. That first night in there was hell. The first night in there was Thursday night, actually. He pretty much had a good idea that I was gonna be needing to take the stuff out of there even before he called the plumber. Because he was initially thinking maybe he'd get, like, his motorized snake in here and do it himself. So, one way or the other, somebody was gonna be using something that's probably gonna splatter all the fuck all over the place. So, was already emptying out the bathroom, like, Thursday night, like, continuing into Friday, like, really kicked into high gear, but had already started Thursday night. So the bed was already covered. So Thursday night, I tried to sleep in my brother's room, and that was before I started emptying out the front part of this room, and just pretty much tossed and turned all damn night. Slept, I think, a grand total of maybe at best 2 hours. Just completely miserable. Spent the entirety of Friday, apart from when I went to the grocery store, just loading everything in this part of the room into there. Pretty much using, like, grocery shopping bags is, like, a methods of, like, carrying as much stuff as humanly possible at a time, and some of that stuff is, like, still in bags. Like, right now, I still have some of it in bags over here. Like, my whole my whole system I had of stuff over here was completely fucked up by this whole situation. I haven't yet put it back how it was. I don't know how long it'll be before I do, honestly. I just am so frazzled by this whole damn nightmare. But anyway, so just spent the whole day loading stuff into that room. I was so damn exhausted that I pretty much, you know, even though it wasn't my bed, wasn't my room, still just ended up passing the fuck out that night. It's like, okay, I slept more that night. And the irony, because I was hitting late night hours, for me anyway, they're probably normal people hours for most people, but like 11, 12 clocks rolling around, I'm still awake and like, oh my god, I'm watching like some of the Queen tributes, but I need to get sleep. I didn't sleep last night. I can't go on no sleep another night. I can't. So what do? I drink a big ass cup of coffee because I'm a genius. No, really though. I proved this on a live stream once to you guys. I don't know if it's the ADHD. I don't know if it's just a weird thing I have with caffeine, but it's like, caffeine up to a point will wire me. The second I surpass a certain point with it, it's like a sedative for me. Didn't even finish the cup of coffee. Down for the count. Down for the fucking count. It's the weirdest damn thing. I don't understand it. Apparently my dad was the same way with, like, chocolate as a kid. Like, his mom would give it to him to, like, calm him down and mellow him out. Like, when he was being too hyper. It sounds so counterintuitive, but I wonder if it's, like, something in that same pathway of how it reacts. I don't know. I just assume it does. But anyway. So Friday was completely washed. Couldn't do any work online. So that, all money from that day did not get to make. That's cool. Love that for me. I'm already hurting. Cool. Love that. So Saturday rolls around. My dad's touching base again with the neighbor asking, so when's the dude gonna be here? Oh, he told me he'll be there at like 8:30, like sharp, at your house. Not a problem. I'm also gonna have him come over to my house and like fix a couple things here, but I told him to go to your house first. Okay, so thankfully I was up bright and early and going around doing a one last check in my bathroom, making sure I didn't fucking forget anything. Nope, everything's out. Cool. Fine. So, pretty much just chilling, killing time, watching the clock. 8:30 comes and goes, dude's not here. 9 o'clock comes and goes, dude's not here. 9:30 comes and goes. I'm just like, dude. I mean, Friday was a fucking watch, but I'm like, if I at least knew for sure when he's coming, I could potentially at least still film something in that amount of time, try to make myself presentable. It, like, somehow, like, I mean, my hair was getting kind of weird because I hadn't blow dried it, because after getting, well, I'd started to, but after getting screamed at by my sister over the start of this whole thing, I didn't even get to finish that, so it was fucked. I mean, it's fixed now, but it took a lot of work to fix it after that, but anyway. So I'm getting more and more pissy that not only is my time being wasted, and I'm not being able to utilize it on the things that I need to be utilizing it for. Dude's not showing up. I'm getting more and more anxious. I'm also getting more and more cranky, because I'm like, I kind of want to, like, oversee what the hell dude's doing in there. I don't know. I'm weird about strange people being in my space, unsupervised. I have a hang-up about that, so, I was like, I want to eat food for breakfast, but I don't know when the dude's showing up. I don't know if I have time. And I'm getting crankier and crankier. And the cherry on top of the cake of just everything sucking. Guess who got her period that morning? Fuck me, right? Fuck me. Like, just, oh my god. Like, at that point, it's like, could anything else go wrong? Spoiler, yes. Oh, yes. It very much did. Holy shit, yes, it did. And boy, how did it. And still is. Like, I'm sure if you, like, just clicked into this video, like, you initially thought this is gonna be, like, some stupid, piddly, shit little first world problem. No, it keeps snowballing, I swear to you, it keeps snowballing. They are still first world problems, but it's a lot. So, Dude finally shows up around fucking 11. Because apparently he went over to the other dudes first after being told to come here first, and that it's an emergency situation, please come here first. Yeah. That. So, not only is he hell of late, he also speaks very little to no English. I speak no Spanish. My dad kind of sort of remembers some Spanish from all the years he worked at the apartment house, but not enough because he hasn't had to use it in several years, so he's out of practice with it, so it's just like, oh boy, we'll do the best we can to bridge the language barrier and just try and gesture to get across, but cool. Alright, so dude comes in. And he does not have the big boy equipment. I assume it was probably in his truck, if need be. It didn't end up coming to needing it. So, Olive Friday was for fucking nothing. Again, fuck my life. Like, but there was no way of knowing that for sure. There was no way of knowing. Because if what he had done hadn't worked, the next step would have been for that. And there's no way of knowing going into it what's gonna work, what's not. So he comes in with a 25-foot snake, and this one is electric, and it's like one that I know my dad owns or owned at some point. I've seen him use it. I know what this thing does. So I was like, oh, fuck. I know how this is gonna end. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, basically that brown and black water. And because this thing is electric, had to be plugged into an outlet, right? That means I could not shut my shower door to contain all the splatters that were going to be happening as this thing violently whips around in there. Oh my god. When I tell you the mess that this thing made, part of me was tempted to take, basically horror scene photos of it after the fact to throw in here, but I was like, no. I don't want a reminder of what this fucking looked like ever again, frankly. Ever the fuck again. But he's going down and down and down and down and down with this fucking thing. And I was getting more and more paranoid of, oh my god, this thing's gonna fail, isn't it? It's not even gonna hit the thing. Like, how far down is this fucking thing that's blocking it? And I'm starting to panic more and more of, what is even blocking it? Like, my mind is, at this point, spinning with possibilities. I'm thinking, is there somehow, like, a small dead animal in the pipe? I don't know how that would be humanly possible, but, again, at this point, my mind is just spinning all sorts of out with what feasibly could be fucking up this pipe, because I'm like, I didn't do anything different on Thursday when I showered, I swear. What the fuck is happening? No, it was just hair, but it was a lot. It was a lot, and I have kind of long hair, but I mean, for how long some of it was that was coming out there, I'm like, is that from before I chopped my hair, like, 2 or 3 years ago? Back when it used to reach my butt? Cool! And that's literally just been hanging out in the pipe, just waiting to strike at any moment ever since? Are you shitting me right now? And it just decided the day the queen died, it's gonna strike now. Like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Oh my god. But as, like, he snaked it more than once to make sure he got everything out of there that he could. Yeah, it was definitely necessary, because more and more kept coming up every time he did it, and of course I'm, like, dying of embarrassment as it's coming up, because clearly, the color on it, it's mine. It's mine. My sister's blonde. She's very blonde, so it's very blatantly obvious. Is it hers, or is it mine? Yeah, no contest. No one else uses my shower ever. No one else uses her shower ever. So that only leaves 2 people. And only one of us has dark hair. So that's on me. I mean, at least my dad isn't making me pay the bill for it, but I was half expecting that to be the next thing, honestly. I was half expecting it, but like, I didn't do anything on purpose. I didn't do anything negligently, because like I said, I thought I'd been kicking for how much I've had to pick up every shower, because I lose a lot of hair. Like, for as thick as my looks, sometimes, like, I lose a lot of hair in the shower. And when I brush it, I shed like a cat, 24/7, 365. Always have. Every time I shower, it looks like there's a small animal that I pull out of the shower that I kicked over to the side. Like, how the hell was there that much more that I somehow missed that has been going down? That just blows my damn mind. Like, fucking how? So, alright, moving forward. I went on Amazon and went and comparison shopped for shower filters to put over the drain. Apparently there is a very wide variety of them out there, all with varying price points, varying review scores, many of them with the same complaints, though, that they don't stay in place or they just don't work. Or that they do work, but they get really fucking nasty and moldy over time, and I'm like, I'm not real cool with the idea of cleaning something like that. That sounds disgusting. And then I happened upon what looks like will hopefully be the Holy Grail. Disposable stick-on ones. Perfect! Fucking perfect. Water can still go through. Allegedly, supposedly, the hair cannot. So it makes it much easier to make sure you've got all of it that is in there on any given shower. Pick it up, toss it the way you would any other day. And supposedly, like, if you showered every day, one of those can last 2 or 3 weeks. Some people in the reviews said lasts even longer than that. But for somebody that only showers 2 or 3 times a week, yeah, I'm gross, okay? I'm gross. But on that kind of schedule, you know, it could last a lot longer than that. So I'm like, you know, fuck it. Even at that, I'll buy the big pack. Because I feel really guilty. I'll buy the 100-pack. Screw it. So they should be here tomorrow. But I'm like, oh my god, I'm so horrified. Yeah, that. But anyway, when they come in, I'll put it down immediately. Because I'm like, I really, after this whole disaster debacle, really, just after I'd scrubbed everything down, just really, really, really wanted to take a shower. But I'm so mortified after that whole ordeal that I'm like, until that thing's in place, I don't feel like I should. I don't feel like I should risk that. I feel like I'm somehow just a walking casualty with the hair. So I'm like, I'll wait till tomorrow. But God, I'm like, oh, I feel so gross. But yeah, my half-dried hair had, at that point, with all the humidity, frizzed the fuck out. Gotten wavy, curly, fucked up looking everywhere. It was a sight. Like, I'm kind of glad that I didn't have time to film now, because, yeah, no, you guys didn't need to see how my hair was looking, so this is, I killed it with the straightening iron, but I at least got it looking like something again, but oh my god, it just was a nightmare. But that mess from that frickin' thing, oh god. Like, I'm grateful that he unclogged it, do not get me wrong, but oh god, that mess. Having to clean that off of, like, every surface, like, how the hell? Why is it on the ceiling? Why is it on the wall across the room? Why? Fucking, what the hell? Ooh. And then realizing it caught all over my clothes because I was standing there. So, yeah, when I threw that load of laundry in the washing machine, needless to say, I used some of that, like, Lysol disinfecting stuff to go in with the laundry, because I was like, ew, 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 gross. So, anyway, yeah, that. So then I got to do the fun task of now going back through all the stuff that I'd emptied into my brother's room from the front portion of this room, and sort and sift through it, and put it all back. Another day lost. Saturday was nothing but that. Literally nothing but that. And finding what stuff can I just, like, toss. Apparently 7 trash bags worth full, so, you know, I made some progress in something. Now if I would just do the rest of the fucking room, but anyway. neither here nor there. We're not here to pass judgment. But I do need to get my ass on that one of these days. But so I did that. I got all the stuff back in the bathroom, but any sort of organizational system I once had is now out the fucking window because I was just so desperate to have everything back in there so I can sleep in my own fucking bed again that I was like, I don't care. I don't care. It's a trash disaster right now. I will slowly sort it out over time, but for right now, I wanted my bed back. You know, I don't think that's that much to ask in the world. Like, just want to sleep in my own fucking bed. But I felt, like, obligated to still film, like, my video game footage for the week last night, so even after moving everything back where it goes, even though it was, like, midnight, I still filmed that fucker, and I was so exhausted after that, I still ended up passing out in that bed in there yet again for another night. Like, fuck my life. I woke up in there around 6 a.m. I was like, fuck. I could have been in my own bed, but I was too tired. The famous last words of, I'm just gonna lay down for a minute, and then I'll go. Yeah, no, it's never just a minute. You know damn well if I say it's just a minute, I'm down for the count. I should know this at this point, and yet, still fell for it. Tonight I will be sleeping in my own bed, and I will be very happy for it. So anyway. But then, thinking foolishly that the drama of the weekend is over. Oh no, it's not. Oh no, it's not. This is not just a me thing on this one. This has partly been ongoing, but also definitely been affecting the whole damn house for, like, months. Because it happens every time we hit the really hot part of the year. The ants come. They had been largely sticking to just the water sources, so, you know, while this whole thing was going down, of course, the bathrooms were a very popular place for them, and I had to wait for everything to be done and over to even feel like it'd be worth it to bother spraying them, because I didn't want to make the floor slippery in there and potentially have the dude fall and hurt himself, and then liability, get sued, you know. Had to wait for that to be all done and over to be able to spray in there. Yeah! Today they're in my room. I keep finding them in weird places, like the perimeter of the ceiling. You know, like a couple summers ago that traumatized the shit out of me when I didn't even notice it, like, the first couple days of them being up there, because why would I be looking up at the perimeter edge of the ceiling? Yeah, ever since that, I kind of have a thing about making damn sure that they're not. And today I spotted them. And I tried to figure out where the hell they're coming from. It's like some back quarter of the top, like, roof part of my closet? I don't understand. There's nothing in there they should want. There's, like, clothes and VHS tapes. There's no food. There's no water sources. Like, why? Why? When they swarm the trash bag, okay, that's fair. That's fair. There's food wrappers in there, alright, that's on me. Fine. So I've been very aggressively, every time I see them anywhere, spray, 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 spray. I've been doing perimeter lines around, like, the border between the bathroom and this room, the borderline between my bedroom and the hallway, and now going around the freaking perimeter of the ceiling, in the closets. Anywhere I see them pop up, spray the shit out of them there, too. But they tried to attack a new thing that I've never seen. Hold on, my sister's being, like, having a dramatic meltdown once again. Hold on. Okay, I think it's quiet. I didn't realize my door was open a crack, so it was, like, loud. I was like, oh god, and it's always, like, stupid shit she rage quits over, but nothing to do with me, so I don't care. But anyway. So yeah, they decided to try and attack something new this year. One that pissed me off. I was like, oh, it's war now. They tried to go after one of the caboodles with my lip balms in it. I was like, oh, no, you don't, you little fuckers. So I sprayed every surface of the outside of it, and I moved it. So hopefully that'll be enough, but that's a new one. Hadn't seen that one yet, but shit. I'm just like, oh my god, these fucking ants. Like, I had been lucky all this time that, like, the worst I'd had to contend with was, like, a few here or there in the bathroom that I've sprayed as I've seen them, with the exception of the past couple days when I couldn't until Shower Dude finished, but, other than that, yeah, I've been very aggressive with them, and I think I've been lucking out for it, but yeah, funny thing, those few days of not being in here to be able to keep an eye on the situation, make sure that they're not getting established anywhere, it's all it takes. But it's not just me, because this same morning, they attacked my mom's closet too. They were swarming terribly in there, also for no good goddamn reason. So it's just like, what the fuck? What the fuck are they doing? Down in the pantry too, but that would make sense, because, again, food in there, but that makes sense, but still, like, why are you fuckers like this? Then my dad found, like, a big-ass mound of them outside that he sprayed the shit out of, too, earlier today, so hopefully it'll help, but who knows? Like, just, the fact that this happens every damn summer, I hate it so much. I hate it. Like, somehow I lucked out last summer, but the rest of the house did not, but usually it is an uphill battle for at least a few months until it starts to cool back off, but yeah, I should have known when we had temperatures of like 108, the ants are going to come indoors because they are not going to hang out outside in 108 weather. So how's your weekend been? Because mine has been a fucking nightmare on all the levels. Just, oh, I really hope it can only get better from here, because goddamn, like, this weekend has sucked. Like, dude, it had potential to be nice, and then, no. It's just, no. So, hopefully the week itself will be better, because, oh my god, it just, my brain hurts. Like, oh. But at least I'll be able to sleep in my own bed, so maybe that'll help regulate my mood some. Anyway, yeah. That's where I'm at, so, you know, they are first world problems, but they're enough to be infuriating, you know, so, anyway, that is it for this one. So, I needed to vent it out. I really just needed to vent it. So, anyway, that's it for this one. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddits, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, till next time, see ya.